This potentially could be the best golf club an everyday golfer could have in their bag, but 90% of people won't even look at it as an option. Today we are talking about the TSR1 Hybrid, the 5 hybrid that could compete with all the clubs on the market, but it's one that nobody really looks at. Good afternoon guys, and welcome back to the Everyday Golfer. Today we are talking about this club because Dave has been looking to try and replace his vintage TaylorMade Aero burner.
25 degrees, rescue, senior shaft. Bought it about 11 years ago when I wasn't even a senior.
Yeah, so Dave's just trying to find a way to spend a bit more money than he's saved. So this is a great option here, guys. You'll see on screen now the difference in size. This is more of a utility wood, so a little bit of a bigger profile. It looks more like potentially like a 7 wood down at the ball. It does give Dave a little bit more confidence. We have been in the studio with this, and we'll talk numbers shortly. We're going to hit a couple of shots out here today. We're going to get Dave to hit his original 5 hybrid. We're then going to go into the TSR1. We're going to talk about technology, and we're going to talk about if Dave will spend some money.
Do you know what? If there's one thing I probably would spend some money on, it's a new 5 hybrid, Chris.
So Dave's also got a 5 iron in his Tacoma sets. He's also got a 4 iron in there, but this is something he might use at some of the par 3s at his course. In the summer we'll shortly be filming up Dave how he plays Garforth, how he's going to get his handicap down this year and hopefully reach the elusive single figures. But this club could be a great option. So, a good strike, Dave, but a little bit low.
Bit low on the club.
Yeah, perfect distance-wise, a little bit right. But let's have a quick look now at these two clubs.
It needs a bit of paint on me old one, Chris, if I'm honest.
So we can see Dave's vintage Aero burner needs a little bit of a touch-up on the top.
I bought some paint, Chris. I did buy some paint. I just haven't used it yet.
But we can see how this TSR1 is a little bit bigger. So we can see it's got a bigger profile there to, again, help with the MOI, move the centre of gravity to get that forgiveness throughout the face. So as you'll see on screen, this does come in different options, so you can get it in a 20, 23, 26 and a 29 degree of loft. Optimises lightweight distance, so bring more speed and stability to your hybrid game for more moderate swing speeds, and this is exactly why Dave is testing this out. The TSR1 Hybrids features a larger profile head and an optimised lightweight design that increases inertia without increasing swing weight. The benefits of this club are maximised launch and distance, two big things we want for Dave. Exceptional forgiveness, another thing we want from Dave. Enhanced stability, as we know, Dave doesn't always find the middle of the face the same as the everyday golfer. And confidence, inspiring shape and size. Dave, what do you think about the size and shape?
It's a nice looking club, Chris, it really is. It looks more like a fairway fairway wood, than a hybrid, but I don't think that's a problem. It's nice and, you know, it's fairly shallow, so I'm expecting it to perform like a hybrid would.
Yeah, exactly. So it's fairly shallow. Dave likes the look of it. A classic look from Titleist. So again, a gloss finish on the top, as you'll see on screen. See, this is a club that is for the higher handicapper or mid to high handicapper. This TSR1 in comparison to the TSR2 is for mid spin. So we're trying to get a high launch, which is very similar to that TSR2. We know that the TSR3 is more the sleeker finish, the smaller size hybrid, which is maybe for a lower handicap, somebody who is working on workability, not forgiveness. And we can see there straight away a nice launch, a little bit of a draw, and that is pin high here. So let's talk about numbers as we walk down. We can see on screen Dave was carrying it over 155 yards and he was getting it out there to 185, which is a great option for Dave. And there's quite a few holes at Garforth that would suit that. So if we talk about dispersion, we can see that we've got 2 slightly to the left, 1 close to the centre line and 2 to the right. So left to right, not too bad, all hitting a fairway. That would be again hitting the green, so probably going to catch the left side or the right side of the green, which is what we're trying to do here. It's a club that Dave might use into the greens to gain that little bit more landing angle and consistency compared to his 4 iron and his current 5 hybrid, which front to back, which is obviously very important. We can see there's only 10 yards difference in that front to back, which is Again, even a misstruck one, something that's not perfect, is only losing 10 yards. A flush one is then going 10 yards further. So he's still going to be thereabouts landing on the green. So again, we need to think about, is there any trouble in front of the green? That might be a better carry than Dave gets with his current hybrid and also with his 4-iron. But let's get back out there now. So good numbers as we saw there, but interesting enough, this TSR1 did launch higher on the last hole and it is set with a little bit less loft. So Dave's going to come in with his aero burner first. We're going to start to see the fly. Again, Dave likes the shape of this. Are you favouring toward the TSR heads, Dave, a little bit bigger?
Yes, I am.
Yes, he is. And again, feel-wise off it?
It's fantastic, Chris, but how much is it?
We'll put that on screen now. I believe it was $299 on the US website, so...
Might be investment coming in.
It could be. It's the money that Dave saved with his irons. If we think about the last couple of videos you'll have seen on the channel against the Paradigm and the G430, it's the money that he would have had just to have more, well, those irons.
But Mrs. Harrison's still after a new pair of posh shoes because we're thinking about going on a cruise.
Yeah, Dave's come into some money. He's still got
Well, I am, but you know, she seems to think I have.
He's still got a driver to buy, yeah. So if we don't see Dave for a while, he's working 8 days a week. He's found an extra one. So great launch, straight up the middle, in balance there. Strike wise, Dave?
Yeah, it felt nice.
Yeah?
If anything, slightly towy, but yeah.
Slightly towy, just come up short, so a good strike, slightly towy, maybe lost a little bit of distance. Don't forget, guys, we're going to be doing some videos showing what a cycle is. So where do we see a difference? Is it 10 years old clubs where we start to see a big difference with the new technology? Is it 15 years? Is it 5 years? Because again, there's been a lot of golf clubs out. We know there's new ones out every year. Where do we see?
Manufacturers would like to think it would about 6 months, I think.
Where do we see a real change? I'll find the year of this aero burner and put that on screen now. Dave comes in with the new TSR1. Interesting, a little bit lower there. Strike wise, Dave?
A little bit lower. It was slightly off the bottom. It's pin iron on the green.
Yeah, so not a great strike. But
No,
it's
not
exactly
a great strike, but I tell you
want.
what, it's kind of forgiving, isn't it?
Let's have a look.
It was
See where the strike
just there.
Just there, not where we want, but again, on the green.
It's not green.
So it's done a job. A miss hit has got
180
there.
yards out.
Yes, it is a little bit lower lofter, but we can see the forgiveness, and that zoom is terrible. I do apologise for the camera there, but it is down there, and we need to
Inside
see...
tour average, Chris.
Inside tour, oh, I don't know about that.
Oh,
Dave,
come
but
on, it's on the green from 180 yard.
You'll see on screen, guys, the two different clubs. We start to see the technology. Is it worth it? Is it something that's worth having in the bag? When we go to Dave's golf course at Garforth, we really start to see where this might benefit him instead of his irons. We'll compare this to the similar lofted iron, which I believe is the 4-iron in his Tacoma set, and we'll check the dispersion.